I'm sorry, are you addressing me? Because your authority is not recognized in Fort Kickass.
Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Right on, and we are live. It's myself and Forgottenbee, and for their second time on the show, I'm very excited to have them back. Welcome back, Gina and Ender from Hands of Blue. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
So, guys, the album's due out August 18th, and you got like someone got Kickstarter on Indigo right now for the album, and you're offering posters, T-shirts, that sort of thing. And just before we get to our first song and first line of questioning, I have to say, like, I did put an online blog about it. But I absolutely love this album. I'm not partial to you guys, but you guys did such a fantastic job. It really came out like better than I ever would have imagined. I mean, like I was telling you guys off air, that was air rates kind of stuck in my head, and it's a fantastic album. I mean, just between the vocals and all the mixing, you guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's really great to hear. We definitely appreciate that.
Well, trust me, I'm very excited for the rest of the public to be able to hear the rest of it. So I've been kind of chomping at the bit because my stipulations were you can only play these songs until we actually release them, and that's fine. It's really cool, but it's like, man, I want people to hear the song so bad. So you guys did your first live stream this past Wednesday, and you played a song that was never heard by anybody. So I watched it. I woke up a little bit late. I had my midnight shift that night, but I did watch it afterwards. So how did that go for you guys? I mean, like, how did that feel doing that? I mean, because this is kind of the build up to the album.
Right. It was almost as nerve-wracking as going on live.
Actually, I was more nervous than when we play a show at a bar or a club or anything like that, because I don't know, maybe lack of alcohol or something. I don't know. but yeah, I was actually really nervous.
But it was also fun.
Yeah, it actually felt it was good. The response was good. I don't know if we'll do Instagram Live again because we had a lot of technical problems with that one.
Right.
Yeah, we'll probably just post one of the other videos on there. But Twitter and Facebook.
Well, right, because
we'll go live again next week.
Well, for Twitter, there's Periscope, right, on well, not just iPhone, but any Android phone. But you know what, I tell you, Ender, despite the fact that you were nervous, man, you looked like you were giving her pretty good. The first song, like you were like really at that at the top where you were working with next to Gina, like you were like looked like you're really into it. So, man, you had me fooled.
Well, thank you. I always comfort myself knowing that like she's there, so people probably aren't looking at me anyway.
Yeah,
actually, it's really fun to watch him perform. He usually gets really into it.
Yeah, forget the guy. Look at the chick, right? And that's not
I like that.
That's the whole idea.
Okay, and that's not meant to be sexist either at all. I just the way you mentioned it. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I had a bit of time to watch it before I went to work, and I watched the rest of it at work. And like I said, just because Wednesday night's my transition from my 8-hour into my midnight shift, and usually I'm up by 10:30. This time I slept in a little bit, which is not a big deal, but I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking for the next few. I know Forgottenbee hasn't really talked to you, so I know she has a couple of questions. So I'll let her take a few questions here and take the floor.
What I was going to say is it's just fantastic to have. I think people are often scared when you say new music to them. They sort of think, oh God, do I have to, wade through? They're so used to listening to kind of radio play and whatever's, the most popular out there and being fed this music. So you guys are so refreshing because your stuff is just so incredible that, hands down, anybody buying it would just go, wow, they'd just be blown away. And I think, for you as musicians, what is it you like the most about being a musician?
Whoa, that's a big question right out of the gate. I would say the act of self-expression, that you can kind of be yourself in a different way than you can anywhere else or in any other way that I've found anyway.
I like it because it helps me to grow. I like always to learn new things, and this is something to be committed to and that I can always learn something new in.
Well, you're not frightened to be kind of diverse, are you, and kind of challenge yourselves and do different things, because your music, changes through the different tracks. Have you sung from a very young age?
Oh no, it's only been about a year.
Wow.
I started taking vocal lessons.
Oh my word. Did you have an insight that you had this, ability? Did you already know that you would be this amazing vocalist, or was it just something you were, leaning towards?
No, actually, we originally were trying to get a different vocalist, and it just kept not working out for one reason or another. So I was just like, hey, I'm going to do it now. I'll learn.
Yeah, I think I'll do it.
Yep,
But
yep,
often
yep.
it's the best way, isn't it? Because you know what you want or what you're trying to achieve. So, well, massive respect, I tell you. Wow. I don't know what to say, really. A year. Good grief.
Well, I do, Gina. You'll
Thank
get. Gina, I know what to say. You'll get this. Is yep, 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 yep. So, right. So well.
I mean, I was just going to say, if you were going to define your music to new fans or people that haven't heard you before, what would you say about your music?
That's usually hard because a surprising amount of people don't know what electropop is. So I'll say like electropop rock, and I'll just go into that we are synth oriented. It's been kind of difficult for me to describe it.
I know everybody tries to pigeonhole, don't they? So I suppose it is kind. I know it is hard, and I try to avoid it if I can. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's not helpful, is it? I think when you're unique and you have your style, I think you just have to appreciate what you do and listen and give it a chance, really, don't you?
Yeah.
It's definitely the best way to do it, but I also get the other side of it. People want things categorized. They want to have like touchstones to know what they're getting into before they're ready to actually buy in, whether that's,
I think it's that fear thing, isn't it, again? The fear of new music without,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I tell you, Ender, from the stuff I kind of grew up and listened to and kind of transitioned through the whole sort of thing, I don't think I was ever really afraid of checking it out, just because, I mean, it was cool to kind of discover new things. It was kind of scary because I know, like, change, it's not the easiest thing in the world. But when you go from, being in elementary school to having your kind of like your small hip hop phase, and for me, it was like Young MC and Beastie Boys and that sort of thing, because I was in elementary school in like kind of middle to late 80s. And then I moved into 60s, 70s, so Doors, Beatles, The Who, that sort of thing. And it kept on evolving from there. So it's always cool to see the transition or how it evolves, because you never know what you're going to like. Because I'll be completely honest, it's been about 5 years now. I look back, about 5 years since I've been doing this show. And initially, there was no way you would have got me to listen to like electro pop or electro that sort of thing, just because I had the blinders on, and my conception of it was like house, everything is the same exact beat over and over again. There's only a select few that I liked, and even then it was like I was still judgmental, like the Chemical Brothers, that sort of thing. And so yeah, I mean, but I got my eyes completely opened by a lot of different like super cool bands, indie bands, and I was like, you know what, I was completely wrong. I'm glad I gave it a chance. So it's just a matter of giving it a chance. Sometimes there's some music I still won't do. I respect the artist, But the music itself is like, I can't do it. Like I've tried, but I really, really can't.
What kind of genres are those?
Mainly, no.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie. Country is one of them. Definitely, country is definitely one of them. Like I said, I respect the artist, but just some of the music I just can't do. And a lot of the R&B / hip hop stuff is just, to me, it's just garbage. I mean, there just seems like there's no effort. Just a continuous loop and something easy, and I use this person's background or loop from this song, and it just seems to me that there's no like real heart or influence put into it, you know. And they've convinced themselves there is, but personally, I mean, also I'm not also the one making the millions, but personal opinion is they didn't really do a good job. It's they kind of phoned it in. It's like, you know what, I could do that and potentially get a number one hit out of a one-hit wonder sort of thing. So those are the two main types. All the other genres I might listen to, but not on a regular basis. I mean, everybody has their their sort of things they listen to on a general basis, like whether it be like rock, and then like say punk rock or what have you. I mean, for me, it's constant genre mix-up. I mean, it depends on always playing my iPhone, because I always put on shuffle when I'm in the car, so it's not always the same genre of music. It's kind of jumps from here to there to everywhere. But yeah, enter the main one would be country, and the other two would be hip hop and R&B. But I do listen to a few, but I'm very, very selective what I listen to.
Nice.
Well, I'm not going to keep it quiet. I mean, I'm not going to lie about my musical taste. I mean, I got no reason to hide it, and I've expressed my dislike and stuff for stuff before. So I'm not saying it's necessarily the right thing, but you know, when I'm asked about it, I'm not gonna BS it. I'm gonna give you upfront exactly what I think. And again, that's just one personal opinion. That's not everybody. So take it as you will.
That's why I asked. I was curious.
You're still pretty diverse there.
Well, I like to be.
That's not very much that you're
right. Well, I mean,
out.
I'd like to be, just because otherwise it's boring. You can't stick to the same genre the entire time because it can only change so much. Granted, music is cyclical, but you know the change can be like 5 years apart or less than that. It all depends, but you got to be open-minded, and that's one thing that I've learned a lot being a huge music fan over the years and listening to different stuff, is that you have to be open to listening to different stuff, because otherwise I wouldn't have got into some of the music I'm into right now and stuff I still listen to, i.e. like jazz, like Miles Davis right there, or Charlie Hunter, who did a song with Les Claypool on his first solo album called High Above the Devil, called Me and Chuck. His name is Charlie Hunter. You know, there's a lot of different stuff, like Wu-Tang Clan, Beastie Boys, NWA. I mean, there's so much stuff that I could potentially miss out on if I didn't kind of open my mind a little bit. So you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance and kind of give it some sort of merit.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
So, well, there's my 2 cents. So we are gonna get to we'll call it a premiere on Music Saturday. Is the newest single guys are gonna be putting out called Mad Love. So let's take a quick break and listen to that right now. This is Hands of Blue with Mad Love off their new album Cosmic Lullaby. Dig this.
Wrap your arms around